Not playing Best Ball DraftKings, you're missing out. Here's what you need to know. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire Contest is the biggest fantasy contest ever. We're talking $15 million in guaranteed prize pool with that's right, two millionaires being crowned for first and second place. If you're a set it and forget it type, then Best Ball is for you. No waiver wires, no roster management, bigger rosters so injuries won't end your season. Only the draft, and that's it. You're set for the season. Still not convinced? Check this out. This year, DraftKings is offering everyone draft one, get one special. Your $20 entry fee scores a bonus ticket. Get in on the best ball action. Download DraftKings app. Use code Shannon. That's code Shannon. All customers who enter NFL Best Ball 15 Millionaire Contest to get a bonus ticket and get a shot at being crowned one of two millionaires. Only on DraftKings. Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85, the route runner extraordinaire, the Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro, Liberty City's finest. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. And thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And guys, do us a favor. Go and subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Every podcaster subscription count, and we greatly, greatly appreciate your support. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being patient when we didn't have it in stock and we're only taking pre-orders. So thank you guys. We have it in stock. So I know some of you guys have been tagging me and I've been seeing it. So thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoying it as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Thank you so much. Please make sure you go follow my media company page on all platforms. That's Shay Media, and my clothing company 84. That's 84. That's 84 spelled out. 84 spelled out. Thank you guys. We've sold out all of our Olympic merch. The link and the rest of our merch is pinned at the top of the chat. Few pieces left, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. As I said, we're sold out, but if you order Olympic merch, it will be shipped in under 2 weeks. So thank you so much for supporting Nightcap. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Ocho,
what up, baby?
Have you ever been to Paris?
Yeah, I've been to Paris about 3-4 times. Listen, matter of fact, I thought I told you the story. I went to watch the Champions League final, Real Madrid and Liverpool, not too long ago. And before that, I had been to Paris 2 previous times before that to watch PNG play.
Is it hilly in Paris?
Hilly? What you mean hilly?
I mean, there must be a lot of hills in Paris because there's gold in them there hills because the U.S. is on a gold rush. Boy, we getting them gold medals. You see that, Ocho?
Hey, we getting them left and right, ain't we?
What?
We getting them left and right.
I don't know if we incentivized a lot of people, but hey, just when we thought Noah Lyles was like, oh man, what a race.
Yeah.
And then we get Cole Hocker in the 1500 meters, and we like, oh my goodness, what a race. Yeah. And then we get the 400 meters, and
Quincy,
that bulldog, that pit bull, Quincy Hall, fourth place coming out of the turn.
Yeah.
With 100 meters to go. He's like, oh no, I didn't come this far to come this far.
I need that. Listen, what you saw from him, right? There's certain things in life, regardless of sport that you play, there's a certain it factor. You know, you hear me say that it factor all the time. Certain individuals have it. What you saw from Quincy, you can't coach that.
No,
you can't coach that. You born with that. That's inside. You know, half of the people coming off that curve like that, right down that stretch, they would feel like they would have gave up.
I'm resigned to the fact.
A lot of people would have folded,
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
But listen, when people say, and when people talk and say, you know what, an individual has that dog in them, or an individual has that it factor that you can't teach, what you saw tonight, you can't teach that from Quincy, bro. You can't teach that. That ain't nothing but hard, man.
Guys, we got a special guest joining us. We're going to talk a little later, but Michael Johnson joined us earlier today. We taped something with him. There's a 6-hour time difference with Ocho. There's a 9-hour time difference with me. And so we got Michael Johnson as a favor. I've known Michael probably 30 years. He used to be around all the time because one of my former teammates, he and one of my former teammates are best friends. And Croc and I used to run, we was in Vegas and we were all over the place together. And so as a favor, he came on and gave us some insight. So we're gonna play that interview for you a little later. We'll get the track field a little later. But Team USA routs Nigeria 88-74. They pulled the start of the score they were up like 23, 24 points with about 3 minutes to go in the ball, 2 or 3 minutes left in the ball game. Ayyyyy Wilson was dominant again, another double performance. 9 of 11, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Stewie, 13 points. Jackie Young inserted into the starting lineup in place of Dinah Taurasi. She was 6 of 10, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. She chipped in with 15. BG, Brittany Griner, 4 of 5, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. She had 11. All-around performance. Chelsea Gray really hadn't found a scoring stroke yet. She was 0 of 3 from the field goal, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. She only had 1 point. Hopefully, as they go, we only got 2 games left. So hopefully she can give them a little something, because had she given them a little more than what she gave them, this game was really never close. So we just nitpicking now, Ocho, but they dominated from start to finish. Congratulations to the Nigerian team. I think they're the first South African team to reach this far, right, Ash? They're the first to reach this far. One of my SSU alums, she's the point guard on this team. So congratulations to her. But the U.S. team moves on. The Americans shot 54% from the field, only 26% from 3, but really wasn't a matter. They dominated the glass 44-28. So that was a plus 16. They'll now face Australia in the semifinals for a spot in the gold medal round. They chased their 8th straight gold medal.
They're going to get that. They're going to get that. They're going to get that. You know, them young ladies are special. Listen, international play, as far as when it's women concerned, they haven't caught up. They haven't caught up, as opposed to how it is on the men's side. You know, any given game, like you said, one game, you know, it can happen, which is not likely. But listen, which is not likely. But the women are playing phenomenal. Everybody's not on. Everybody's not playing efficient, but they're doing just enough. Ayyyyy Wilson leading the pack, leading the way all the way through. I'm assuming, outside of gold medals, is there any other individual awards that the women can win?
You can win MVP. You can win MVP for
Ayyyyy Wilson probably gonna lead with the MVP as well. So, I mean, for them, you know, you might as well mail it in, because they're gonna get that goal.
Well, the Australians, I think, in order for the Australians to beat the Team USA, they need to bring back a 26-year-old Lauren Jackson. She's a 3-time former WNBA MVP, and unless she comes back on that roster, I don't really see that happening. The women have really been dominant. Those 2 big guns, Breonna Stewart and Ayyyyy Wilson, they dominate. They combined for 16 rebounds. You know, Stewie was 5 of 7, 2 of 3 from the 3. Ayyyyy was 9 of 11. Jackie Young was 6 of 10. Alicia Thomas was 1 of 1. Brittany BG was 4 of 5. Kelsey Plum was 2 of 3, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. Kalia Cooper was 2 of 6, 1 of 4 from the 3. And DT was 1 of 3 from the 3. Jewel Lloyd was 0 of 3, 1 of 6. Our guards really haven't played well, Ocho. With the exception of Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum. Our guards, Jewel Lloyd, I know she can play better. Kalia Cooper's been kind of hit or miss. Anescu, she hadn't got a whole lot of minutes, a lot of run. But I'm surprised that our guards haven't played better than what they played. But when you got those big guns at the top, when you get Stewie, you get Ayyyyy, BG coming off the bench and doing what she does. They don't. Nobody has an answer for those. They don't,
not at all,
until you figure out that. Because all you do, you're not problem solving, you're troubleshooting. There's a difference between the two, Ocho. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm just going to troubleshoot until I can solve the problem. They just troubleshooting. They can't solve this.
Nah.
And by the time you realize it, they're going to be long. By the time you solve this problem, which is Stewie and Ayyyyy, we're going to be back home. They're going to be coming down the parade somewhere in their hometown celebrating the gold, their 8th straight gold medal in women's basketball. But congratulations to the women. Job well done, but it's not complete. Good job of getting through. You could have easily overlooked this Nigerian team, but that's not what you did. You came out, you handled business like you were supposed to. Man, you guys were intended. I saw LeBron, I saw Bam, I saw D Book, I saw a lot of people. Michael Phelps was in attendance. Dirk was in attendance. I mean, it was star-studded watching the ladies play. And hopefully the men, hey, y'all see how the women did?
Yeah.
They don't be bull driving around. They go and drop the hammer on this thing early. They outscored them in the first quarter 28-17, outscored them in the second quarter, 26-17, and outscored them in the second quarter 26-16. Boom, 52-33. All right. Then we come out and do a number on you in the third quarter 24-13. Whoop, there it is. It's over. It's over. So, Ocho, check this out.
Yes, sir.
Filipino.
Yeah.
He's a Filipino.
Yeah,
Carlos Yolo.
Yeah, that's my homeboy.
First ever male Olympic gold medalist will get the bag after winning the gold medal in the floor. This is what he gets. He gets a lifetime of free colonoscopies once he turns 45.
Okay.
He's 24 right now. He don't really need it.
Right.
He gets a fully furnished condo worth over $400,000.
Woo!
He gets a house.
Yes, sir.
He gets $250,000 in cash. He gets an iPhone 16.
Okay.
He get 2 free restaurant franchises, a lifetime of free mac and cheese, grilled chicken, ramen, and more from various local restaurants, and free college tuition.
Hey, where's he from again, Unc?
The Philippines.
He's from the Philippines. Now you see, I think, see, it's a little harder now. It would be a little harder for the U.S. to do this because we have so many individuals that would win gold, but that's what you call taking care of your athletes that represent your country and win gold.
Yeah.
Now that's how you do it. Now I don't think
yes.
I think that, actually we can do it with the way we help other countries as well based on the money that we send them. We could do something for our athletes a little bit more than 37 goddamn thousand.
For sure.
That's how you take care of your athletes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's tough because what 37,000? How you pay for training?
Man,
hell,
listen,
your trainer.
All that's going to your trainer. That's going to your masseuse. That's going to your therapist. And whatever else you got going on. By the time you look up, you got $1,200 left.
$1,200. You take it out of loan to pay the rest of the people. Because hey, Ocho, they got trainers in LA trying to charge $400 an hour. So if you charge so imagine what is a trainer that's working with you 5-6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day. Man, how much is he charging?
I could imagine.
You
and then hold up
on basically 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
How much is he charging? The physio.
Right. Think about the people that took their family out there. Think about the price, the hotels, but to put your family up for 3 weeks. Think about the tickets that they had to get the families to sit in the stands and actually have good seats so you can enjoy the events. Add that up for 3 weeks. Man, all that is over 37,000.
Maybe you get one because at the Pro Bowl, Ocho, they give you one ticket.
Right.
You can bring one guest.
Yes, yeah.
And they better be sleeping in the room with you. Because if you got another room, you paying for that one, Jack.
Yeah. And I know it's expensive.
And when I went, it was $250 a night. I don't know by the time you started going, I don't know what it was. But when I was at the Airline, it was $250 a night.
Yeah, I can't remember. But
that was 2001.
Think about what they did in Paris too. Just like they do with flights. When they know that an event is coming up, what do companies do? They hike up the price.
Yeah.
They hike up the price. So who knows what hotel rooms cost? Who knows what transportation to get to and from the stadium costs? Man, all that add up, man. All that add up.
Oh, yeah. They're going to jack the prices up. It's going to be higher than giraffe hoo-ha. So we already know the prices, ticket, food, hotels, everything. Trinkets.
We ain't factor in eating. You got to eat. You got breakfast, lunch. You got to have dinner.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, hey, at least I want to treat myself, especially if I win a medal. Yeah. I want to treat myself. Let me get me one of the old nice croissants. I heard so much about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the croissants over there nice now.
You know what I'm saying? I go to one of those nice fresh restaurants, maybe get some stratigraci or something like you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got to drink your coffee and your little tea with your pinky out. You got to have your pinky out. You got to, yeah,
that little ass cup with my big ass hands. Yeah. I'm gonna have my 3 or 4 fingers out.
Oh man.
Maybe we talk some maybe have some escargot. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? We gotta try all that.
Who? Have who?
Snails.
Who eating snail?
That's a delicacy, Ocho.
country do people eat?
But you want to lick toes, everything that end with O's. You want to do that, but you won't eat no escargot.
Who in the world? Time out. Come on, man. Let's come back down to earth, please. I'm from Dade County. I'm from Liberty City. I've never heard of no cargo. Who the hell eats cargo?
No, not cargo. Cargo is like when you put the escargot.
Okay. So
yeah, but y'all hear chat? Y'all hear him now. Now all of a sudden he don't. Man, I'm from Liberty City, but from Liberty City's finest, he'll lick anything that end with an O.
So see, Unc, listen, you're not even living. You're not even living. If you ain't sucked no toes, you ain't eating no ass, you ain't living. I'm just saying, at some point you have to evolve. You stuck in the 80s.
Escargot in with a T.
With a who?
A T.
Cargo in with that CARGO.
No.
So they add a T on it.
Yeah. I mean, so just pretend
they make it.
It's just like boot. It's just like boot. And they just put a Y on the end, and you eat that. So they just cargo. They put T on the end.
But listen, but you took that now. What I'm eating is a delicacy. Now, what you talk about, that's just nasty.
Escargot is a delicacy.
Where? Don't nobody in Miami eat no. Nobody in Miami eat snails.
How much is escargot? How much does escargot cost? Yeah, Ocho.
How much it costs?
Ask for pull it up.
Don't nobody eat no damn snails. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they do.
Now, maybe if you're part of the royal family and you live this luxurious lifestyle and you go to 5-star restaurants, maybe then yes.
No.
Ain't nobody out the city eating no escargot, whatever the. Nah, come on, man.
It's $100.
A who?
Escargot.
How much?
$100.
How you telling me something is $100? They put it in the restaurant where you can go outside and find it after it finished raining. Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Just like you told me you didn't want that spider to bite me, go out there, eat the wrong snail and see what happened. I bet you be cock roast in the morning.
No, not really. I'm sure they cook.
Feet up in there.
Don't nobody eat no snail. Nobody in the chat. I guarantee you nobody in our chat had no escargot. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you.
Escargot.
I said that. That's what I said.
Yeah, just like caviar. You don't think caviar is the delicacy too?
Now, listen, I know about caviar. You know how I know about caviar? I saw the movie Titanic. In the movie Titanic, they had caviar at the table. Yeah, I know about caviar. I know about that. I ain't eating that either.
I ain't eating no more of it.
That ain't even for my palate. It
comes from sturgeon.
Who?
It comes from sturgeon.
Where do you find sturgeon at?
In the ocean. I think off the coast of Russia. What's the Baltic? What's off the coast? What ocean is off the coast of Russia?
Shoot, the Red Sea.
Red Sea.
Yeah. Am I right?
Black Sea. Black sea. Sturgeon. Yes.
Man, listen,
and it's market price. A lot of it sometimes it's like $200-300 an ounce.
See, you know what they do? They find stuff and they put their price on it. They tell you how important it is. And then they mark the price up and we paying for it. It's just like sneakers. It costs $2 to make sneakers, and sneakers come over here in the States.
Well, go make your own.
$200, huh?
Go make your own then.
I can.
Go ahead and do it. Let's see how that work out for you.
No, because I don't think nobody gonna support me.
But Ocho, think about it. In a restaurant, when you pay $70 for a steak, how much have they actually paid for that steak?
Hey, you know what? That's a great question. I don't know. That's a great question.
You do know. You know, when you go to Whole Foods or you go to the supermarket,
Man, I go to Publix and Winn-Dixie, man.
Okay, go next time you go to Winn-Dixie or Publix, go look and see how much they pay for a steak that you pay $80 for.
Well,
now remember, the restaurant, they buying it in bulk. So they pay even less than that. So just think about it. So even when the supermarket, when they buy it, they mark it up.
Right. So
how do you think? Huh?
You go to Sam? You ever been to Sam's?
I have been to Sam's. Yeah, I used to have a card. I don't have a card anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'm real efficient with it. I'm very efficient with it. So,
but I'm just saying, Ocho. Right. You know, that's how business work.
Yes, sir. I understand that for the most part, but you also have to understand I'm not going nowhere where I'm buying a steak for $70-80 though. That's not
even if you buy fish, no matter what you buy, you're paying 3 times, 4 times what it costs for them to make it. How about that? So whatever you buy, okay, you buy pasta. You buy ramen. Whatever you buy, when you pay $4, $5, $6 for that drink, it didn't cost that.
I got a question for you. I got one for you right now.
Yes.
There's a Jamaican restaurant that I frequent very often. Also, Bahama Breeze. Bahama Breeze, I would get the jerk chicken pasta from Bahama Breeze. Extra chicken, no asparagus. Now, there's a restaurant in Wynwood called Dunkanoo that I love. I get their jerk chicken pasta. So are you telling me that they buy their pasta in bulk and it's marked up?
That's how restaurants make money.
Yeah.
If everybody sold you something what they paid for it, why am I in business?
Right. So you got to make a
So how much the Bengals paid you? The Bengals paid you X dollars. How much you actually think they made off you?
Oh yeah, a lot.
You see how that works?
I understand that part. But also, you know what I do like? The places I go to eat and dine at are wage friendly. It ain't expensive. Like where I go, I ain't paying no more than $20.
Restaurants, Ocho, the price is marked up 2-3 times what they actually cost to make it.
Right.
That's how they stay in business. When people go out of business, why do they go out of business, Ocho?
Shoot, ain't no customers.
Even if you get customers, and long as you get customers, because you charging 3-4 times what it costs.
Right.
So now I can make a profit.
Make a profit.
I ain't just in business just to keep the lights on. I mean, I got to put a little something in my pocket, Ocho.
Yeah. See, I'm glad you're saying this. So, you know, fellas out there that's being tricked into taking these women to these nice fancy restaurants and it's marked up. You're paying $400-$500 a night. You see what they do? You see what they do? Nah.
Ocho. But here's the thing: the mistake that women make, they're trying to trick the wrong guys. Go get a guy that got the money to be tricked. You're trying to trick a guy that's making 50,000. You need to go try to trick a guy that's making 1 to 8, 10, 12 million.
But you can't, because the one that's making 1 to 8, 12 million ain't finna talk to them anyway.
But the thing is that the guy that's making that money, he's trying to get the ones that's looking at the guy. So he got to get tricked off.
Yeah.
See how that work, Ocho?
Yeah. See, so that's bad. That's bad. That's bad for the middle class man.
Even swap ain't no swindle, Ocho.
Well, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied about that.
If you use me for the pay, I'll use you for the day. We part ways. We good, Ocho.
You get what you. One hand serve the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. You know, you can't. I mean, you trying to trick. How you gonna trick a guy that ain't really can't? He ain't got nothing to be tricked off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he a fool if he got. You know, obviously most people have mortgages or rent or whatever the case may be,
bills, responsibilities. Yes.
If you allow a woman to trick you off your money and you ain't got it like that, you got to have disposable income.
Yeah. But you know, I saw something today. They said only 6% of Americans make over 100,000. Only 6% of Americans make over 100,000. But when I look at Instagrams, when I look at Twitter and the way people talk, you would think everybody living that life. So somebody lying. Either that stat and that percentage is wrong, or everybody out here got some type of hustle I don't know about, and they get into the bag. Because everybody look rich. Everybody talk rich. Somebody lying.
Everybody on female look good too, don't they? You got filters. Huh? You filter the look, they filter them pockets. They go out and rent out a house, they rent a jet, they pretend they on vacation, they right there in Santa Monica.
Yep.
Right there in Miami.
Hey, it's all a facade, man. I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy looking at the aesthetics. And sometimes, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I like to go to Instagrams, right? I go to Instagrams and I look at people's pages and I look at what they have on, what they're wearing, and I'm not pocket watching, but I'll add up knowing the prices of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll go through 5 pictures and I'll be like, well, goddamn, now that's about goddamn $80,000 right there.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who is you? You know, and just, you know, and I just go on about my day. Just think about it. It's a facade. That's not real life. It's not reality. It can fool a lot of people. Those aesthetics can fool a lot of people now.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. And that's Ocho. And that's what happens.
Right.
You get people in debt. I mean, think about. I mean, just think about how much credit card debt.
Yeah.
You know me. I've always, hey, I'm paying off at the end, whatever the case may be. I'm only gonna spend what I could afford to get off of in a given month. You know, like I got my monthly allowance, what I can spend. I'm trying to stay below that. So at the end of the year, if I choose to get me something, I can get me something. But man, if you look at Instagram, man, that had me calling my agent. Hey, man, I need to renegotiate my contract.
Okay, but don't believe it. It's all a facade. And don't believe it at all.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, but they ain't doing it like that, Ocho. They ain't doing it like that.
You know, I know better now. I know better. I know better. Shit.
Well, even if they are, I ain't doing it like that trying to keep up with your ass, and I ain't doing it like that trying to impress you. I got what I got. I got a nice home. The water works, the air works. Yeah, I got a car, and you got a car in in two of the stalls. One of them's empty, and that's okay too. Man, I'm past that stage, Ocho. I've had a Ferrari, had a Bentley, had a Rolls Royce, had a 600 Benz, had a Range Rover, and a Denali.
Yeah. Yeah,
in order to drive the Ferrari, I got to drive 2 cars down the hill, walk back up the hill to get the Ferrari to pull out. Yeah. Then I pull the Ferrari back in. I got to go pull the Charles back up in the driveway. Right. I see, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I did it. I did. Listen, me and you both. I think we all have. We all have had that. I had that stage for maybe 2 years. I had that stage for maybe 2 years. And I got to a point where I like, well, you know what? This is a waste. This is, I mean, not really a waste because you're supposed to enjoy your fruits of your labor.
Yeah, but for sure.
What we do as athletes is we get caught up in the image. We get caught up in the, all right, I have to dress like this. All right, I gotta buy the jewelry. I gotta wear the jewelry. I gotta look a certain way. I have to drive a certain car. But with anything, really, the value is really set is within you. The bigger you can make your name, the less you need all the fucking accessories. Well, I got to a point, I got to about year 4 or 5. Well, hell, I didn't need no damn Ferrari. Hell, I didn't need no goddamn Rolls Royce. I didn't need all the extra shit at that point because I was Ocho. The visibility, no matter where I went, you knew who it was. So what's the point of that? Never mind. Hey, we all off Olympic topic. My bad.
But the thing was, Ocho, is that when I saw Miami Vice, I saw Crockett and Tubbs, and they driving Ferraris, and they got Rolexes, and they talk about all this stuff. Yeah. And you talking about a poor kid from rural South Georgia. Yes, sir. I remember saying, I'm going to get, when I saw that car.
Yeah. Oh, you got to enjoy yourself now.
I'm going to get that one. When I Rolex, that was the first. I ain't nobody, at that point in time, ain't nobody know about no Patek, and nobody the Audemars, ain't nobody know about anything, no Vacheron, no Piaget, ain't nobody know. The only thing you knew about was a Timex, a Seiko, a Boulevard, and a Rolex. Yeah. Man, if you had a Rolex.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, especially back then.
Oh, yeah, man. If you had a Rolex, I already knew. I got a Rolex, you wasn't going to be able to hit me in the ass with a red apple. You know, I'm talking about old big one. Oh, no, man. I had to get me one, Ocho.
Yeah.
And so, but like you said, my financial guy, he was talking to me. He said, Shannon, you work all these hours. Think about what you do. At some point in time from September last year until May of this year, you was doing 7, 8 shows on an easy day, on an easy week, up to 10. For what? If you're not going to enjoy it, you do realize if you leave here, you did all that work and really ain't getting no enjoyment out of it. Right. You say, it's okay. I'm not telling you to go try to buy an island or try to buy 15 cars, but enjoy yourself.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, sent my brother to the dealership, asked my sister what she wanted. My sister like, baby bro, I don't want nothing.
Yeah.
God give me everything. He said, y'all keep a roof over my head. My car good. She said, I don't want nothing.
Yeah.
My bro said, I do.
And see, you know the funny thing about it is, see, you got the right people around you. You got the people around you that got structure. You got the people around you that got discipline. Now the rest of my young folk, they got them entourages that's gonna keep on bleeding you. They gonna bleed you. They gonna bleed you. They gonna bleed you. No matter how much they pay you nowadays, I don't care what the numbers look like in today's NFL. 87, 90% of us still go broke. It hasn't changed.
Yeah.
The number is still staggering, even though the money is different. So what does that tell you? Our discipline hasn't changed. There's no structure or financial discipline at all still to this day. Our mindset, especially our people, well, hell, the more you give me, the better I be with it. No, because the more they give you, the more you're going to spend.
Because guess what every time, Ocho? Man, hey, Shaw, let your boy get some Super Bowl tickets. I know they give them to you for free.
Shit.
Huh?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
I'm like, bro, what are you talking about free? Ain't nothing free but salvation. And televangelists have found a way to charge for that.
Yeah. They talk about the NFL. Think about the NFL, where they bottom dollar is money, but you think they're going to give us something free?
The NFL is like the IRS. They receive checks. They don't be writing them. CBS, Fox, NBC, ESPN, Amazon.
Yeah. They don't play.
There you go. Yeah.
They don't play.
I'm gonna become a minister. Cause they charging for prosperity.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You got to pay for the word now.
Hey,
you got to pay for the word.
When it come time to collection plate to pay, I'm gonna pass the collection rate around.
Yeah. I'm
gonna say, God don't like noise. Don't put God don't like noise, Ocho. He don't. I said, hey, I know now. Normally, when I pass this plate around, y'all think y'all at the game. Here come the wave. Y'all let the pan go through.
Put some in there now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have an ATM machine in there too.
Hey, it's for the building fund, for the windows.
Yeah, man. But you're right, Ocho. Escargot, Ocho. ESCARGOT. Escargot.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. I ain't eating no snails. If I want some snails, I can go right outside and find one.
Okay. Hampton Morris wins the first U.S. men's weightlifting medal in 40 years. Basically, you got to go back. I think we won 2 medals in 1984 when the games were in L.A. He won the bronze medal, 61 kilogram division. Morris moved the bar forward the second attempt and was successful on 172 kilograms. That's 379 pounds. I think it was the clean and jerk. Medal position at 300. He was locked into a medal, and he went for the clean and jerk world record attempt, 392 pounds, and came up a little short. If I'm not mistaken, he's from Marietta, Georgia. That's what we do.
He from Marietta?
Yeah.
You say you think. He probably from Florida.
And he ain't got no driver's license. He said my daddy and my mom, my grandma, they drive me everywhere. So I didn't know I really needed one. He said I'll probably get one now. But yeah. I think he's what did you say, Ash? He's 20, 21?
Young.
He's 20.
Boy. Big boy.
No, he's small. So 61 kilograms. That means he weighs 130. He's like 135 pounds. Less than 135. So 60 kilograms is 132.
Well,
so 61 point. So he's 130, 135. How much 61 kilograms? I don't know my math. Once we got past arithmetic, timetables, I wasn't good. See? Oh, Joe, you see how your boy? Hey,
he love, boy.
Hey, you see your boy had those 60 kilograms. What?
Yeah. I forgot to see my video doing the 100 dumbbells.
So that's 260. You see what I'm saying, Ocho?
Yeah.
You ain't a lady if you ain't 180. 210, your boy.
I'm all in.
220, I had a plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. 230, I get real dirty. I'm just saying, Ocho. I'm just saying. I just want you to know that. Just want you to know. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying right there.
Shoot.
French track and field athlete Allison Finot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Competed in the 3,000 meter steeplechase event, finishing 4th in the race, having just missed the podium by 3 seconds. Yeah. Although she didn't secure a medal, she finished with a time of 8 minutes, 58.67 seconds, breaking the European steeplechase record. After the race, she surprised her boyfriend by lowering to one knee and proposing to him. He accepted her proposal, and the two embraced, and the crowd applauded.
That's right. Listen, she might not have medaled, but she, just like Jamie Foxx or Denzel said, I'm leaving here with something.
She said that if I run under 9 minutes,
Yeah.
which she ran 8 minutes and 8 minutes 58 some change.
Yes, sir.
And they had been together for 9 years.
Oh, I see. See, that's better context. That's better context. But I like it. I like it. Listen, F the traditions. Forget the traditions. I know how things are supposed to go. The man is supposed to propose. It's supposed to be romantic. Forget that. I think more women need to be assertive and propose to your man. Matter of fact, be assertive and propose to your man. You'll find out you're wasting your time anyway because he's probably gonna say no.
Right.
You probably have no plan to marry you anyway. So I mean, it'll save you some time if you took the initiative and been assertive and proposed to your man and watch what happened. Watch how much time you save. Because half of them, if 100 of y'all in relationships right now, he'll probably say no. I'll tell you no lie, and probably ain't got no plan on marrying you. So I kudos to her because I know a lot of women that's frowned upon. I would
for sure.
I would never do nothing like that. I would never.
But here's the thing.
Come on now.
We have non-traditional women that want traditional values.
Right. You can't have both now. You can't have it both ways.
I ain't cooking for no man, or I want him to propose.
Shit.
I ain't doing this. I want him to open doors.
Shit.
I ain't doing this, but I need him to do that. Well, damn. You want traditional, but you non-traditional.
Right. And times are different now. You know, I mean, I love my women, all of them. Whatever your expectations are, whatever you feel you are worthy of, by all means, go for it. At times, those expectations are unrealistic, you know. But if you think you're going to find it, if you're a hopeless romantic, I want you to go for what you want. I want you to. But sometimes you got to be assertive. Sometimes you got to take the initiative, especially when it's somebody you want. Right now, slide in his DM. Holler at him. Stop sitting around waiting. Forget eye contact. Have some cojones. Put them over.
No.
What happened?
Don't even look. Hey, you need to tell me. You literally need to come and say, "Hey, excuse me, are you Shannon Sharpe?"
Right.
I'm gonna say yes. I find you very attractive.
There we go. I like that.
Can I give you my phone number?
Yeah.
Oh, not with this Me Too movement. Don't you look at me and smile. Ain't no winking. I ain't doing none of that.
Right.
Because you never gonna have, Shannon Sharpe made me feel uncomfortable. No, I don't even open the door for him, Ocho. You'll never go talk about Shannon Sharpe, open the door and looked at my butt. I'm gonna let that door slam right on your foot.
I see where you're going.
I'm telling you. So if you come in behind me, the door will probably hit you in the head if you're not paying attention. Because you're never gonna get me. Y'all done ruined it. I don't get on no elevator. I don't care if you got
you
baby.
did say that.
I don't care none of that.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you. Because y'all done ruined it. Anytime somebody say you can't say a woman look nice, you can't say that's a great outfit you have
right.
Before they take it some type of way, and here you in HR, and I'm done with it.
You can't be nice. You can't be nice. Everything you say it's he tried to holler at me, or he was in my DM, and it just all type of.
Jenny, I was like, Jenny, Jenny, my home team. Jenny from Minnie, I call her Jenny from Minnie. Hallmark Jenny, call her home team. I was like, Jenny, you look nice today. Man, you done had me up in the office so quick. I was like, bro, I just said she looked nice. Damn.
Right.
Say no more. Y'all ain't got to tell me but once. My head ain't hard.
Yeah.
it ain't.
It's crazy the times that we're in now. I mean, it's unfortunate.
I'm like, bro, we had gone to breakfast. We do stuff together. I met her husband. We gone out to dinner, but me and her husband, me and brother, the mom and dad.
Right.
Like, I said, it's cool though. It's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I say, hey, I take your word for it. Maybe y'all say I shouldn't do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Quincy Hall, that dog, posted a personal best. He ran the second fastest time ever run in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He picked the best time to post a personal best.
Yeah.
The fourth fastest time ever. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
The fourth fastest time ever in a come from behind victory. He ran exhausted.
Yeah. Hey, he left it on the track. That's what you call when coach say leave it out there. When somebody tell you leave it all out there, and then hold on, not only to leave it all out there, to leave it out there in the biggest stage in a pressure moment like that. Were you in fourth place? You weren't even on the podium coming off that goddamn curve. You weren't even in the podium.
But look at the times. You had 4 guys that ran sub 44.
Yeah.
I mean, you had so many guys. I mean, Hudson Smith, he ran a personal best.
Right.
You had I forget the other guy from Namibia.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Namibia? Is it Namibia or Namibia? Namibia. He ran a national record.
Mm-hmm.
We know from Grenada, what's his name? I can't get his name, but he won the gold medal. He's won a silver medal. He's been a bronze medal. He's been a world champion. So we know what he represents from Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, and when you exhausted, Ocho, we've all been there. If you're an athlete, you know what it's like to be dog tired.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, and you don't want to go, but there's something that's inside of you that says, bro, you got all that training. If that's what people don't get, training comes down to a moment. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, especially
football
in football
games come down to a moment.
A moment, yeah.
Not the entirety of the game. It's a moment.
Moment, yeah.
Will you capture that moment when it's time?
He did that.
That joker dog, that he don't have the prettiest form. It ain't no this.
Right.
He threw that head. You know, when I saw him throw them head back.
You know what time it is. I need all that.
Remind me when I was in the country, I had on shorts. I was barefooted with no shirt on.
Yeah.
And I'm racing my brother and cousin them. So far, I'm out the window. I'm trying to come in first.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, but boy, he dug down.
Yeah, he did. He did. And you can't teach that, man. That's hard. That's hard. You can't teach that.
He ran the final 50 meters in 5.9 seconds, the best in the field. Ocho, you went back and forth with him on Twitter today.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. That's my dog. So, you know, he hits you, you know, talk about you know, y'all still paying. Well, shoot, I told him, man, shoot, if you want some money when you come back to the States, we could line it up and do a 400. And listen, I'm just saying, there's pressure in that environment in Paris representing your country, but it's a different kind of pressure when you got the race against me.
You got to race
Ocho.
Ocho.
And listen, let me tell you about me in high school, right? I was the class 6A state champ in the 400. Now I ran the 42. I ran the 42 in high school, but my coach and my grandma told me I had to pick between track or football. So football was my route. So my record still stands to the day. And Quincy hit me back like, okay, bet. I give you 30 meters. I give you 30 meters and I still beat you. So we got that lined up. We're gonna race. We're gonna race when he get back to the States. And that's if he beat me, he get 25 grand.
Karate James, that's the Grenadian. He's won the Olympic gold, he's won silver, he's won bronze. He was off the podium. I think he ran 43.8. Obviously, we saw Quincy Hall run 43.4. Hudson Smith run 43.44. I mean, bro, that was some back and forth running.
That was good.
It's been a long time since we've seen a race of that the 400 come down to that.
Which finish you think was better, Quincy's or with Mr. Hoker? Is it Hoker? How you say it?
Yeah,
1500.
Cole Hocker.
Which finish you think was better?
Both were unexpected.
Yeah.
You got a guy that I think Ingebrigtsen has like the second or third fastest 1500 meters ever.
Right.
The record is 3:26 flat by El Garouche. Ingebrigtsen ran 3:26.98, 78, something like that.
Right.
And then you had Josh Kerr. So you had the reigning Olympic champ, you had the reigning world champ in that field, and he outkicked them all.
Yeah.
You had Quincy Hall. Now, Quincy Hall had the fastest time, and then Hudson Smith in a tune-up meet before the Olympics broke that. He ran like 43.74, 43.75 to take over the world lead.
Yeah.
If I have to say, considering we haven't won Now, Matthew Sinthowitz, he did win the 1,500 meters in 2016 in Rio, but his time was really slow.
Right.
We haven't run this race since 2000. We had 7 straight from 84 to 2008. We won. It wasn't close. We did it. We did it. A lot of times we swept the podium. Damn, Ocho. Given who Cole Hawker beat,
right,
the reigning Olympic, the reigning world champ at 1,500 meters,
right? You think that finish was
we
better?
We thought that Quincy Hall was going to at least make the podium, considering the way he had been running.
Right.
We thought he would make the podium. I don't think anybody thought, because Jared Naguse had a faster time coming into it. When you beat your record by 3 full seconds,
right? That's crazy.
I mean, we splitting hairs because you got to factor in Noah Lyles. I mean, look what it came down to. But the Americans, like I said, we were talking about it earlier, Ocho, at the top of the broadcast. It's like just when we thought, man, ain't nothing topping this 100-meter final.
Right.
And then Cole Hawker says, watch this.
Yeah. And
everybody was talking about Cole, man, look at Cole. And Quincy said, hold on, bro.
Hold my beer. Quincy said, hold my beer. Let me show you something. Hold my beer. Yeah.
Ocho, we got to talk about this.
What happened? Yeah, you made me nervous right there. Right.
No.
Because look at you got excited, right? You got excited.
Michael Norman. Michael Norman has too much talent.
Yeah, you scared me. Okay.
He got too much talent, Ocho.
You think
finishing last?
You think the pressure got to him?
Again, it always does in the big meets. The man has run 43.4. And he looked good in qualifying. He ran 44.10.
Right.
And then he goes 44.26, which is okay, but it looked like he was laboring. The man ran 45.26.
His legs, it got to be his legs, It got to be his legs.
This is mine. He ain't got that what Quincy got in him.
You don't think so?
And his coach is Quincy Watts, who won the 92 gold.
Right. Damn.
Who also trains Rai. But
Benjamin
and Joanna Hayes. Joanna Hayes, she won the gold. I'm trying to think what year Joanna won. Was it 2000 or 04? What year did Joanna Hayes win the hurdles? It's either 2000 or 2004.
Damn.
Yeah, she won in 04.
Well, at that moment, boy, you said it's about moments. Sometimes, sometimes it's difficult to show up in that moment. A different side of you has to come out.
But you know what, Ocho? We are what we repeatedly do.
Right.
Therefore, it is not a singular act. It's a habit. He has a habit.
Hold on.
In big moments of doing this.
Hold on. I got to write that down. Hold on. Wait. How you say that? We are what?
We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, it is not a singular act. It is a habit.
Habit.
If you can, if all you do is lie, how can I call you anything else but a liar?
Well, that's a good one. I got to say that for my next argument.
In big moments, in Tokyo, his mom, he's of Asian descent. His mom is from Japan. Yes, I just knew. I think it was the year after Fred, and he was a prodigy.
Yes, sir.
From the go. So after Fred Curley runs the fastest time in NCAA history, he comes behind him and breaks Fred Curley's record. He's running routinely sub 44.
Right.
I think he's run 40, 43, 49, 43, 40 something. And in big moments.
Yeah.
Bro.
Man,
but see the difference?
Upstairs.
You see Fred Curley? Fred Curley this year, he had some injuries. He had some shoe issues. He had block issues. But boy, when it come time, like Cat said, boy, when we line up on that line, we gonna see who the best.
Yeah.
Quincy Hall. Hey, let's line it up.
Right.
We ain't got to do all that talking.
Right.
All the bumping your gums. Why are we doing all this talking?
Right.
Put the spikes on.
Yeah. Everybody different.
Yeah.
Everybody's built. Some people are built for that pressure moment and that big stage, and some people aren't. Some people fold, some people don't. Some people welcome it, some people shy away from it. It's all depending on how you're built.
I'm not putting Michael Normal on that 4x4. He ain't coming nowhere near it. Rai Benjamin is going to run ankle leg because he has the most experience in the Olympics and World Championships of running that.
Right.
Quincy Hall is going to probably run second leg.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Deadman, and I'm going to take Vernon Norwood.
On the third?
Oh, no. I'm gonna take the guy that finished. I think he finished like 6th or 7th. He was an American. He ran like 44.6. Who's the other American that finished the race? But I'm not putting Michael Norman on there. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't do it. I can't trust him.
Yeah. Damn.
Now, we good enough. Look, our quarter milers, we're good enough.
Yeah.
With Quincy, because if it's close, Rai is a low 44 guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I know on the fly he can run sub 44. Mm-hmm. Quincy Hall just proved Quincy Hall can on the fly, he can be really low 43. He might be 43.2, 43.1. And so I'm gonna take I think it's Bailey. I think Bailey is his last name. But I'm taking Rai, I'm taking Quincy, I'm taking Bailey, and I'm either taking Deadman or Vernon Norwood. Normally I like let Vernon Norwood start because he normally gonna give me a consistent mid 44. I can live with that. Mm-hmm. I can live with that. I'm gonna let second leg be Quincy because I need him. If I don't have space,
I need him to open up. Right.
And then I'll go to Bailey, and then I'll let Bry bring it home.
Right. I like it.
Yeah. I'm just not. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. Rai Benjamin said, on the hopes that more American fans can get behind and support Noah Lyles. Noah has been garnering a lot of hate from U.S. fans, and it's kind of sad to see. He was depressed in 2021. A lot of people like to say, let's focus on mental health and you go out and trash a kid because he's chasing his dream and he's doing things and speaking things into fruition. So from my tweet wasn't geared towards anyone specific fractions of track community. I got some hate too of a lot of people saying, okay, if I don't win, then they're going to be on my head. It's just kind of sad, to be honest with you. My whole thing is don't preach mental health and then go do that. I agree. Because the guy we were talking about yesterday, Franklin, you know what he tweeted? He said right now one of his least favorite Americans is Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
Now I just want I'm not saying name the country. What Jamaican you think they're gonna treat and say my least favorite Jamaican is Trishane Thompson. Yeah. My least Jamaican is Sharika Jackson, or Shelly Ann Frazier, or Hansel Parchment. Mm-hmm. Which one? Okay, what other country? Give me a country. Give me a country. I mean, Great Britain, France, but that's what we do.
Yeah, I mean,
but what is Franklin? Who Franklin look like? Us? Is he the complexion of Noah? And they wonder why.
Yeah.
So you couldn't keep that to yourself. You wanted the world to know. You wanted the entire world to know that your least favorite American, somebody that has done something that hadn't been done in 20 years, stood atop of the podium at the Olympics at the 100-meter dash, and you say your least favorite American. I just want to know why.
Yeah.
Because everything that he's saying, who celebrated more? Usain Bolt. Usain was doing all this in front of the camera, and I ain't got no problem with it. He doing the lightning bolt.
Right.
Muhammad Ali spoke it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something personal. That's something personal. There might be something we don't know about because there's no reason not to like someone you don't even know specifically, but you know how we do. We cast a stone on people that we might not like based on whatever maybe he might not like the way he carries himself. Hell, he might not like the way he run. He might not like the fact that he paints his nails. Whatever it may be, there's a reason he doesn't like him. It can't be because of track, because he's the gold medal winning 100. Can't be because of that. That's something personal.
But I just want of the other communities to say my least favorite Asian American is somebody that's participating for their country. They don't get that.
No.
The whites, they don't do that to you. us. But we quit. Let's support. And the first chance we get, we'll trash one another.
Yeah, always. It's always been like that. It's always been like
but
that.
I just need somebody to explain. And context. I just need to know why Noah Lyles is your least favorite American.
You know, everybody ain't gonna like everybody. You know how that go. There's always gonna be something. Everybody might not be your cup of tea. There's nothing you could do about that. They probably don't even know you.
How you like somebody that you don't even know? I guarantee that man ain't never met Noah Lyles. Yeah. You're supposed to have a disliking for somebody that, and that's me, Ocho, because here's my thing. Everybody's like, man, I don't like such and such. Okay. But he ain't done nothing to me. I don't know him. I don't know her. Right. So why am I disliking him? Because you dislike him?
Mm-hmm. It always got to be that's the way we are. We've always been like that. That's just society. That's just human nature. You know, everybody's not gonna like everybody. Everybody's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. That's why you just focus on those that do like you. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if you out there running for us, you run for those who support you. Those who don't support you, fuck them.
I just want to be bad. I just want us to support one another.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. Let's be about it.
Yeah.
In all things.
Yeah.
I just like you said, look, and like Rai said, you know, mental health.
Man, listen, that's just, I mean, but this is a dog-eat-dog world, bro. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And they could only protect you for so long. They could only protect you for so long. When you're out there in that real world, and people don't care about you. They don't care nothing about you. They're going to say what they want to. They're going to trash you. They're going to talk about you. You know, they're going to throw that stone. They're going to hide that hand. They're going to play victim. You know, mental health is very important. But in the real world, they can only protect you for so long.
Ocho, had Noah Lyles did all that talking and celebrating, saying, I'm the fastest man. He hopping up. They got pictures of still shots. He hopping up his butt, hiding people's head. He done jumped up off the ground.
Yeah.
Now, he don't make the podium or he finished last place.
Right.
Okay, you want to say, man, you did all that talking.
Right.
And look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But to go as far as says he's like one of my least favorite Americans right now.
Yeah, that's something.
Of all the people.
Yeah.
But each, like you said, to each his own. Noah, you got more people that support you and like you that don't support you and don't like you. So, hey, Noah Lyles advanced in the 200 meters, but he only finished second in his heat behind Tobago.
He did it on purpose.
Swannon. Huh?
I think he did it on purpose because he did the same thing in the semis and the 100.
Nah, that's different.
I think he want that far lane.
But you don't know what lane you're gonna get. What lane you gonna get? Because the fastest time get lane choice.
Yeah. Well, who had the fastest time? Arian?
Tobago.
His time was faster than
Yeah, he was the only one to go sub. He was the only one to go sub, if I'm not mistaken, to go sub 20.
Mm.
And if you go back and look, when Noah ran one of his fastest time, Tobago pushed him all the way to the line.
Right.
They both ran 9.5, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So we know Noah has the American record of 1931.
Mm-hmm.
But go look at Tobago time. Now, he ain't no slouch now.
Oh, no, not at all.
He broke Michael Johnson had the world record at 300 meters.
Mm-hmm.
Wade Van Niekerk broke Michael's record. Mm-hmm. Tobago broke Niekerk's record.
Right.
So he had speed
and
he had his endurance.
Yeah, he got it. Well, shoot.
Plus, he's a low 44 400 guy.
Right, yeah. So he got the strength.
So that means, means he got strength and endurance to burn.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know, boy. I think he played Noah playing chess. He gonna double. I think he's gonna double. He's gonna double gold.
Oh, I hope he does.
When is the final?
That's why you want to get one of those. You want to get one of those preferential lanes.
Right.
5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to be at the top of the curve, Ocho. I want to be at the top of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
So catch him if you can.
Yeah. When is the final? Oh, they got one more
Thursday.
Day.
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
At what, 2:00?
12. Well, is it 12? Oh, Lyles got lane 5. Oh, okay. That's a good lane.
Good. He good. He good.
Oh, yeah. Tobago must be in lane 6. Because at the first time you get the preference, some people like 4, 5, 6.
4, 5, yeah.
A lot of times, you look at Carson Warholm, he likes to be in the far lane. He likes to be in lane 7.
Right.
Some people like the far lanes. 11:30 out time? 2:30 your time, Ocho. 11:30 out time.
All right, bet.
If you remember when Wade Van Niekerk, when he broke the world record in Rio, he was in lane 8. And they couldn't catch him, Ocho.
Yeah, if you on your horse, in lane 8, you already out there.
It's hard. It's hard to. But here's the thing, Ocho. It's hard to gauge because they're pacing off you, but you don't know what's going on behind you. He just took off. He took off.
You got to go.
And LaShawn Merritt and Karani James, they couldn't catch him. I mean, but he ran a race of a lifetime. He ran 43:03. Do you know how? Like I said, I'm old enough to remember when a lot of the world. I mean, I've seen the 100 go down so many times. I mean, from the 80s to the 90s to now. The 400. I remember when Butch broke the record in '88, and then Michael broke it in '99 in Seville, and then Niekirk broke it in 2016. So I'm old enough to remember that. I've seen a lot of 40 sub. I didn't think somebody could run that. I didn't think he could run that fast.
Right.
That fast. I mean, people don't realize how sub 44?
Yeah. It's moving now.
Bro, he almost ran sub 43. There's only been 2 men in the history to ever run sub 43 on the fly. That's on the fly.
Right.
Michael Johnson and Jeremy Warner. This dude ran 43:03 from a dead stop.
Moving.
you better believe it's moving.
Moving, yeah.
Yes. So good luck tomorrow. We're gonna be watching. We're gonna wish you good luck. Guys, as Ocho and I, we told you earlier, we had a great conversation with the legendary Michael Johnson. And here's our interview with Michael. We hope you enjoy it. Ocho, I told you we're going to try to make this thing the real Olympics. We're going to have people that participated in the Paris Olympics, and we're going to have former greats. The guy that's going to talk with us for about 45 minutes today is a former 2-time world champion in the 200 meters. He's a former 4-time champion in the 400 meters. He was a former world record holder at 200 meters, at 300 meters, at 400 meters. He's still the current American record holder at 300 meters and 400 meters. And he ran the anchor leg on the world-breaking world championship 400-meter relay team of 2 minutes 54:29, Mike.
Here you go.
And he's a 2-time Olympic gold medal in 400 meters. He's a 1-time Olympic champ at 200 meters. He's the only man to successfully defend his 400-meter crown in back-to-back Olympics in '96 and 2000. And he's the only man currently to win the 400 and the 200 in the same Olympics. One of the greatest sprinters in the history of sprinting, arguably the greatest sprinter in American history, Michael Johnson. Mike,
what's going on, guys? Good to see you both, man. Good to see you. I haven't talked to both of you guys in a while.
I appreciate that, man. Hi, Mike, when you hear the accolades, 4-time world champion 400 meters, 2-time world champion 200 meters, a 2-time Olympic champion 4, Olympic champion 2, back-to-back. Nobody in the history. The game's been going on since 1896, and we see some young guys come in and they win the 400 early in their career at 19, 20 years of age and can't replicate that. You did it later in your career. Why has it been so hard for men and women to repeat? I mean, it's more common in women repeating, but why has it been so hard for men to repeat the 400?
It's a difficult event, man. It's difficult for people to get consistent in that event. Like, you will see somebody come out, run 43 seconds, become a 43-second meter, 400-meter runner, but then you'll see them in some races running 44 high, 44 mid, not consistently under 43 seconds. The 400 meters is one of those races where you need to be consistent in order to deliver that type of performance when it counts at the Olympic Games. And what happens is you have somebody run the Olympics, they get it right then, And then if you see them in those races outside of the championships being very inconsistent, running 44 highs and that sort of thing, then there's a likely chance that when they get back to that next championship, they're going to run worse, not better. It's just the way that it goes. You have to try to get consistent with that event. It's a really difficult event to run because it's such a long sprint. There's a lot of room for error. There's a lot of ways to make mistakes in that race. It's hard to get it right, easy to get it wrong.
Yeah. When I think about the 400 race, obviously from the start you exert so much energy. I would say from zero to 50, and then you have another phase that you kick into where it's kind of not a transition phase where you slow down, but where you build up enough energy where you're moving as fast as you can, will not allowing that lactic acid to build up where you're not able to finish and kick towards the end. And the first thing you said was about being consistent. How difficult is it to be consistent when the field of competitors changes consistently each time you race, and some people push you, some people don't? So how do you find that happy medium where you can always run your race but still have a chance to always win?
Yeah, it looks like when you look at track, it looks like you just going out there, and you hear most people talk about just executing their own race because you're in your own lane and the other people are in their lane. But you have to know your competitors. You have to know who they are, what they're capable of. So like if I'm in a 400-meter race, for example, and that part you talked about, Ocho, where, you know, you come out first 60 meters or so, you want to run it hard as you can, get up to your race pace, not slow down, but just hold that pace. It's like in your car, if you push your foot all the way down on the accelerator, you're using a lot of gas.
Yeah.
But if you let it up for a little bit, now you're not slowing down, you're just maintaining that speed.
Right.
But don't keep mashing on the gas is the thing, the key down the back stretch. But in that position, when I'm going down that back stretch, if I see one of my competitors who typically doesn't get out hard, but today they're getting out hard, and now they're getting a little bit of distance too far away from me, I have to make a decision right then. Okay, do I make an adjustment in my race based on what they're doing? But I have to know them. If I know that he's not going to be able to hold that, so then I might decide I'm going to let him go. But you have to be able to make those decisions. So you have to know your competitor. You have to be able to execute your own race, but you have to be really good at making decisions in the moment, in the race, in real time. You got to make those decisions quickly because you can't just kind of think about it because the race is going to be over.
Mike, when I look at you and I go back and study your career and you look at the runners, say, I have to make split-second decisions of what I'm going to do. You look at some of the runners. You ran against Steve Lewis. You ran against Quincy Watts. You ran against Antoine Maybanks. You ran against Anton Pettigrew, Alvin and Calvin Harrison, got Washington, Danny Everett. There was such a vast range of 400 meters, and all these guys could go sub 44. And when you're racing these guys, you go into your mind and says, okay, obviously Steve Lewis is an Olympic champ. Quincy Watts was an Olympic champ. A lot of these guys you ran on the relay with. So when you're trying to break down, when you and Coach Hart, your coach, when you guys were breaking down a race, say it's a world championship, Olympic trials, the Olympics, or so forth and so on, how different, I'm going to turn it over to you, Ocho, how different is running a 400 as a 2? Because we understand 2 is half the distance of 4, but what's the difference? Because you kind of started like at a 200, you won the first world championship at 200 meters in 91, if I'm not mistaken, and then built up, and then you got the courage to say, I can do both. I can, in the Olympics, boy, do you know what kind of brass shoulders you got to have to say, I could beat the world's best at 4 and 2 in the same.
A couple of people have tried since I did it. Nobody even tried before I did it. You couldn't even, the schedule wouldn't even allow for it, so I had to get them to change the schedule. But yeah, I started as a 200-meter runner, but when I was at Baylor, I was on the 4x4, and I was always splitting 43, so I knew I could run 400. But like in college, you can't really go back and forth between the 2 and the 4 very much because you're always preparing got to qualify for nationals, you got to get ready for conference, indoor, and then the same thing outdoor, and both of those seasons are pretty short. But I knew I could run the 400. Then when I started my professional career, I was primarily 200, but I was running 400s at meets on the Grand Prix circuit. And I was running low 42s, ranked number 1 in the world. But it's like that 91 championship, like you talked about. But I'm sitting there in the stands and I'm seeing Antonio Pettigrew win the 400 meters. I'm like, I've been beating him all season. I should be the world champion in the 400, but I can't run the 400. Now somebody else is world champion. So I was telling my coach then, like, I want to run both. And he was saying, coach was like, yeah, we can do both. We just got to get them to, work out the schedule for us. So over time, that became, my thing. I'm going to go to the championships. I'm going to run the both the 2 and the 4. Nobody had done that before. The races are very different. The 200 meters is an all-out sprint for most people. There's some of the guys that's 100-meter runners that's not really, don't have that type of speed endurance to be able to hold it. They can't run the whole thing. As well, I can run the whole thing. So the difference, is there's less room for margin for error in the 200. You may be able to make one adjustment in that race because it's so short, 19 seconds. Whereas in the 400, you can make all kinds of adjustments. The problem is there's more room for error in the 400. You can make a lot of mistakes, and you probably will. Whereas the 200, it's much more technical.
I think one of the most interesting things about this and everything you've accomplished, the accolades, the 4 Olympic gold medals, the 8 world championships, I think with people that are going to watch the show, like what initially, let's go back to the beginning, because we know the finished product. We know what you've done, we know what you've accomplished, but what initially drew you to track and field, and how did you discover your passion for sprinting? Like, let's go back and take us where it all started so we get a better understanding on how everything came to fruition to where you are now.
Yeah, I just always loved running, man. I played all sports growing up in Dallas, played soccer, football, basketball, baseball. We were always outside playing, right? And I was always fast. I was always faster than everybody else. So, of course, growing up in Texas, got to play football. And so all my friends, football, and I did not like football. I love watching football, hated playing football, hated it, did not like football. Didn't like getting hit, didn't want to get hit, didn't like contact. And so they wanted me to play receiver. This was in middle school. They wanted me to play receiver. I was like, that's not happening. Nope, not happening. Now I want to get hit. And so then they want me to play running back, like same difference. You go get hit more. So I ended up being free. I played safety. I played free safety. So I'm roaming. And I was like Dion. I was like, I'm going for interceptions. I'm catching interceptions, but I ain't gonna hit nobody, right? And then so I played football just because all my friends was out there. I liked it. And then I remember I had one game where great game, 2 interceptions, ran one back for a touchdown, and we lost. And I remember we on the bus going back home after the game, like everybody's sad. And I'm like, shit, why am I sad? I should, if I have a good day, I want to win. That's why I knew individual sports is the path for me. Team sports, I'm too selfish. But yeah, so high school, just track. And then I started getting scholarship offers, chose Baylor, went to Baylor. And I didn't realize until I got to Baylor that I could even have a professional career in track. Didn't even realize that. So that was it for me, man. And then once I got to Baylor, started running times there, it got real coaching for the first time in my life, real training. I realized that I had the potential to be world class because I was running some of the same times that the guys that was running in the Olympic Games and running professionally were running.
Mike, when I go back and study, you're only about a year older than I am, and so I was a track and field guy too. But I noticed, you weren't top when in Texas when you talk about runners. Roy Martin was in. Roy Martin from Dallas Roosevelt.
I was running against him every weekend, Shannon. I had to run against him every weekend on the 4x4 and the 200. Crazy. He was a year older than me. Yeah. My sophomore year, 1984, he was the alternate in the 200 for the Olympic team in LA. We in high school.
Yep.
And I'm moving like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He ran like 20.18, right?
20.18 set the high school world record, and then also in the 100, he ran 10 something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't get out of district. So you got to finish top 2 to get out of district to advance to regionals. Then top 2 out of regionals go to state. I didn't get out of state till my senior year because of Roy and those guys. And in my school, we didn't take sports seriously. It was an academically focused school that you had to apply to get in and everything. I got in, and sports was just like an afterthought. We were in the hardest district in the country for track. I mean, the kids in that district 10-5A in Dallas, Texas was the hardest district. And we in there with, it was crazy. So yeah, I mean, so and then I got out of district my first time as a senior, won regionals, got to state, got second behind Derek Florence, who broke Roy Martin's high school record in the 200.
That's
so
crazy.
That's what I was up against as a high schooler.
Right.
Mike, when did you realize, because I'm looking at your career, and like I said, I love track and field, and I know a lot about the 200 meters. I was at the trials in Atlanta when you broke Pietres Menina's record. He ran 1972, I think, in 72, and you ran 1966. When did you know that you could break the world record in the 200 and the 400?
So you were close. Yeah, you were close. It was 1979. He broke it in 1972 in Mexico City at altitude. And that record stood for a long time because that was 1996, right? Yeah. So 1996 when I broke it. He broke it in 1979. 79.
Okay.
So yeah, I knew when I was in college. I knew when I was in college, my sophomore year of college, I ran 20.08. I ran 20.08, and I remember that race. That was the first time I really dropped the time, and I remember. Like, you can break the world record. I was like, I know, and that's what we did. And we just kept working on it from there. But I had a lot of injuries in college that kind of helped me from reaching my potential, and I had to overcome that. I didn't like it. It was my fault.
And you ended up breaking the record. Mike, you didn't break the record until 1999. So that was 11 years later. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mike, you're in your 30s. That's unheard of for a guy your age to keep PR and pushing the record. How were you able, like you said, you had some injuries early, and maybe that what saved you is that you didn't burn your legs out early and you had some juice still in the tank late. So what was the process of going through and breaking that world record? Because you knew you were going to have the perfect race, the perfect conditions, and the perfect people in the race to push you to that world record.
So my first year as a pro, 1990, I ran 43. I was running 43.2 every time I stepped on the track. But that was my first year running the 400. I had never run the 400.
You mean 44.2?
I had never really been running the 400. And at that point, I was really a 200-meter runner. So the first 6 years of my career, I was focused on mostly the 200 primarily, even though in 96, I ran both. In 95, I won the world championships in both. 93, I won the world championship in the 400. I would probably run my races every year. I'd probably be like 75% of my races are 200, 25% of my races are 400s. So I wasn't running a lot of 400s. Okay. So I probably would have broken that 400-meter world record a lot sooner had I been focused on that race, but I was focused on trying to break the 200-meter world record first. And so I did that. Once I did that in 96, then I shifted my focus and started running 75% of my races were 400s, 25% of my races were 200, because then once I had the world record in the 200, then I started focusing on breaking the world record in the 400. So it was like 1996, I ran 43.39, which was a tenth of a second off the world record, which was 43.29. it took me the next 3 years, and finally in 99 I got it, because it was like you just got to try to find those little areas in the race where you can make up some time.
Gain the 10th.
That.
Yeah, that was in Seville, perfect conditions. You transition. Let me ask you this: in 93, I think that was the time that you guys broke the world record at the world championship in the 4x4. Andrew Bowman led it off. I think he ran split 44.5. He passed to Quincy Watts. I think Quincy ran sub 43.5. He passed it to Butch Reynolds. And then with nothing to prove, Mike, you got it. You guys have got this. You already got a 30-meter lead. They hand you the baton. You go. What's going through your mind? Because that was the first time in the history that somebody had subbed 43 split in the 400 meters. You stepped on the gas. I think you ran 42.9. What's going through your mind as you're going around the track and you got nothing? You got a 30-meter lead, Mike. What possessed you to do what you did?
This is a story. This is crazy. So we broke the world record the year before, 1992, right? We just broke it by a little bit. 1992 Olympics. I ran the 200. I didn't run the 400 at the trials. I make the team in the 200. There's a debate about whether or not I should be on the 4x400 meter relay. Because I'm going to tell you, go back the year before that, 1991, my first world championship in the 200. U.S. lost the 4x400 meter relay to Great Britain because they didn't put me on that relay.
The hurdler ran down Pettigrew.
That you're exactly right. Chris Akabusi ran down Pettigrew. The team coach that year didn't like me. So he said, hey, we don't need Michael Johnson on our 4x400 meter relay. He didn't run the 400 meters at the trials. We don't need to put him on. We can win it without him. I'm ranked #1 in the world, undefeated for 2 years, right? He does not put me on the 4x4. They lose. The next year, 1992, I'm on the 4x4. I got food poisoning right before the Olympics. You remember this, Shannon. We talked about this, right? So
I do.
Back then, what happened was, so I got food poisoning, didn't make the final in the 200. They like, we still need you on the 4x4. I'm like, man, I'm not even, I'm a shell of myself. I can't even run that fast right now. They're like, a 75% Michael Johnson is better than anybody else. So let's go. We need you on this relay. I'm like, okay. So my split in 92, when we broke the world record, I was the weak leg on that relay. I was still, I lost weight. I'm still feeling, I think I split like 44.9 or even maybe even 45 flat. It was horrible. But we still broke the world record. So fast forward to what you're talking about, 93. I had just won the 400, beat all of those guys. Now we coming together in the 4x4. Yeah, at that point, it's like I'm gonna make up for last year. And then also, if we broke the world record last year with me at 45 flat, if I can put it down like what I'm normally used to doing, we're going to put this world record to a point where ain't nobody going to break it for 30 years. And that's where we are today. Nobody has still broke that record because those guys ran fast, and I ran 42.9 on the anchor.
Mike, do you realize that the record that y'all originally broke was the 1968 team? Yeah. Matthews, Freeman, James, and Lee Evans. Do you realize outside the Americans, nobody else has ever run a time like they ran in 1968.
That 68 team,
that 250,
Lee Evans, Larry James, those guys, crazy. That's also where Lee Evans broke the 400 meter world record, 43.86, I believe it was. That
43.86. Larry James was set. I think didn't they? I think they might have took.
I know they took 1-2 for sure.
Mike.
Yeah,
yeah. But we've been dominant in the 400 meters. If you go back from 1984 to 2008. We dominated.
And then it was sad to see
what happened, Mike. What happened?
I don't know, man. You know, it does go in waves sometimes, but that shouldn't happen. We just had some, like this cat, Quincy Hall, right?
Quincy Hall.
We always just talk about. You look at his profile; he has a dog on there, like a face of a dog, because he's literally that. He's a dog, right? He is that when the young kids say, "Oh, yeah, he a dog, man." We didn't have that for a while. We did not have that for a while. I saw it and like, no, we didn't have that for a while. I mean, so right after me, it was Jeremy Warner, Taylor, You know, Jeremy was a dog. He's like, I don't care. You know, I don't care. Because he had that, if I lose, I lose. You know, if I lose, I lose. And I'll deal with that then. But the guys that come into an event, come into a race thinking about, well, what happens if I lose before the race? You already lost.
Right.
You already lost. And we had some of them. We had a few of them for a while. But I think it's coming back now. Coming back.
Yeah, it is. You know what? That transitions me right into your next question, because I was getting ready to ask you, what are your thoughts on the current state of track and field right now, and how do you see it evolving based on where we are now? Because you did just say it comes in waves, it goes in waves. Do you think we are right on the right track to kind of dominate in the sport again, and maybe the 1, the 2, and obviously the 4?
Yeah, it's a good question, Ocho. So, look, the Jamaicans been taking it to us for the last 15 you know, I mean, you got to give them credit. I mean, this is a nation of less than 3 million people. And they go toe to toe. And sometimes, like I said, for the last 15 years, they've been handing it to a nation of 300 million people. That's crazy. Yeah. Where else does that happen? It's amazing. That's why the Jamaican brand from a sprint standpoint is so significant. They're known around the world as the sprint capital. They got great coaches. They got a lot of talent. And it used to be back when I was in college, all of the Jamaican athletes would come to the U.S. For better training and facilities.
Right.
Around 2006, 2007, they stopped. They got some great coaches down there, and they started saying, hey, just stay at home. We'll train you here. And that's when you saw that explosion.
Right.
So, you know, and it's just been amazing. But, you know, for us as the U.S., we saw what happened here in Paris, you know, Noah, Fred, you know, those guys. I mean, and it's not, and look, the Jamaicans have found some new talent. Shane Thompson, Oblique Seville. Those guys, they got some talent. You know, they had a little bit of a void after Bolt left, but now they got some more talent. But U.S. got some too on the men's side. On the women's side, the Jamaicans it's been ridiculous. I've never seen a situation where they had 2 of the greatest sprinters of all time and then found another one on top of that with Sharika and converted her from a 400 meter to a 100, 200 meter sprint. And then now you got another one. It's been crazy. That doesn't happen all of the time. So now what we're seeing is, okay, Elaine is pretty much done. Her body's just not going to be able to, her former coach even said that her body's just not going to be able to do that anymore. So she's probably on her way out and probably going to retire here soon. Shelly Ann is done. She's the greatest of all time. She's done enough. She's retiring after this year. And so this is the first time, like in this women's 200 last night, the other day, I mean, Gabby won, there was no Jamaican woman in that final. And a Jamaican woman I saw this stat the other day, a Jamaican woman has medaled in the 200 every year, every Olympic year since 1976. So it goes in stages and goes in waves. I think the U.S. is at a position where, I mean, we're always at the top of the medal table, but the events you talked about, Ocho, the sprints, a bit of an avoid for us the last few years. But I think it's coming back. It's coming back.
Yeah, we've been having to share the table. You talked about Gabby Thomas. She ran a blistering 21.82. If you go back and look at this, before the Olympics, her pre-race trial, she ran on the Diamond League, and she faced Julian Alfred, and she faced Dina Asher-Smith, and she let them get out, and she came back, in the last 20 meters, she was in third, and with 20 meters to go, she shot the first. She did not make that mistake yesterday, Mike. When she came out that bend, she was not bull-jiving with Julian Alfred. She was not bull-jiving with Dina Asher-Smith. She said, I am going to drop the hammer. I'm going to leave no doubt in your mind that this race is over. And when she stepped out of the corner, when she stepped out of that bend.
Hey, listen, when she came out that curve.
Yeah.
When she came out that curve by that 150, that 150, that 14, whatever it may be, man, that was a wrap.
She's a very unique athlete. She's got range from 100 to 400. She's world class in all of them. She's a 10-9 100 meter runner. She's a sub 50 second 49 low 400 meter runner. She could improve on both of those. So she has that perfect combination. She's got a long stride in 200. Yeah, like Allison Felix. And and you know, she was bronze. Gabby was bronze in 2021 at the last Olympics, and this was a redemption. And so it was great to see. It's good to see her winning. It's good to see her bring come back to the U.S.
Mike,
on the 200 too.
Mike, would you like to see her, even though she hasn't run? I would like to see her on the 400. I think she should run a leg on the 400-meter relay team, kind of like Allison Felix. We know Alice and Abby
she's run on that 4x1 before. She ran on the 4x1.
No,
she's run on both.
4x4.
She's run on both. Yeah, she's run on both, and she's always in the relay pool for both. So last year, Budapest World Championships, I think she was on that 4x1 and 4x4. I know in Eugene 2022 she was on both relays. Yeah, so she's put herself like a Allison Felix because she runs the open races. She ran 100 meters, 400 meters. She's run open 400s and 100s against world-class competition early in the season to put her name in it. So you got like Noah is talking about, coming into these Olympics, like he wanted to be on the 4x4. It's like, Noah, you haven't run any 400s against nobody. Nobody's going to put you on the 4x400 if you haven't gone out there and run against people world-class in the 400.
What about Noah? I mean, everybody was talking about Kashane, and rightfully so. He jumped out there. He ran 9.77 at his trials. And the only thing that I had concerns about, I've never seen him run like this on a global stage. Running like this at your trials are one thing. And we've seen guys, Mike, guys and men and women run great at their trials, run great. But when they get to that global stage, they don't perform because the heaviest thing you can carry as an individual athlete is expectations. The expectations, what he had following Usain Bolt, what he's done, the world fastest time this year. And Noah Lyles says sometimes you got to pop out and show these ninjas. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
I think he needed to just get out with him. His reaction time was very close to Kashane Thompson. And I felt if he could make him run, because nobody had made him run 100 meters. Everybody was out of the race at 80 meters, and he could drop off the gas. Noah Lyles and Fred Curley made him run a full 100 meters, and we saw.
No, you're exactly right. So what happened was, and Kashane is massive talent. I mean, huge talent. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with, just because he's still very young. This was his first championship ever of any kind. He'd never been in a world championship or any kind of Olympic games, none of that, never done that. So that was my only concern with him as well. I saw the 9.77. I saw his other races, and they were very impressive, very impressive. So on paper, it looked like, he should win it, or he could win it. But like you said, Shannon, you got to come in here and you got to actually do it. The issue for him, I don't think it was so much the, like the expectation or the pressure from the Jamaicans, which can be heavy, but the Jamaican athletes typically handle pressure well. Their coaches do a really good job of bringing them up as young athletes, as juniors, and helping them to understand how to navigate the pressure of a championship. The issue for Kashane was he had never been pressured at the end of the race. This was way over on the other side of the track.
He couldn't see him.
What he could see was big Fred Curley, and Fred is big like Kashane. They both big dudes, right? And that looming figure beside you, right there with you, can possibly make you tighten up.
Yeah, he was.
And he had Akani Simbini from South Africa on this other side. And Akani had been running really, really well also. So at 90 meters, 80 meters, both of those guys are right there. So for the first time in his life, he finds himself, Kashane, in an absolute race. Foot race. It's not about now. It's not about execution of your own race and all that. You find yourself in a race. So what do you do in that moment? At that point, at 80 meters, you are already running as fast as you possibly can run. The only way you can get yourself to that finish line quicker, that last 20 meters, is to focus on maintaining form, and what's going to be is going to be. That's a hard thing to do because your instinct is run faster and hunker down. As soon as you do that, your body just tightens up. It tightens up. And that's exactly what happened with him. You watch his 9.77, fluid the whole way. You watch that race the other night, last 20 meters. He's here, like a boxer, and he's not just doing this thing. And meanwhile, you got Noah over there, relaxed and running through the. There you go.
It was kind of like Sha'Carri. If you remember in the World Championship Sha'Carri was in lane 7. And then you had all those, you had the Jamaicans, you had everybody bunched, and Sharika couldn't see Sha'Carri way outside in lane 7. And the next thing she looks up like, hold on, where you come from?
And she was way over in 9. Because the thing is, because what happened was she ended up getting an atrocious start in that semifinal in Budapest last year in the World Championships. Didn't get a great start, but her frequency was so, but what happened was, I'm going to tell you the truth, right? In that race, that semifinal, she didn't get a great start. And Sha'Carri at that point had not proven herself to be a real championship racer, to be able to do what Noah did. Mm-hmm. She had shown herself to be more like what we saw in Kashane, to tighten up a little bit at the end when under pressure, right? In that semifinal, she tightened up and ended up having to qualify on time. She wasn't an automatic qualifier to the final. She was the last person to get in. There was 3 semifinals. They take the top 2. She was 3rd. So she ends up having to wait for the other semifinals to finish and finds out, okay, I had one of the fastest 2 losing times, which means I get in. She gets in the final. Because she had the slow time in that semifinal and finished 3rd, she ends up way over in lane 9 and not in the heat. Right. That benefited her because she's over there able to run her own race, not coming under any pressure.
Her race.
Wins the world championship. We all know Sha'Carri's fast. We all know she's been fast. We all know that she's got massive talent. Coming into this Olympics, running fast times against a lot of the Americans and everybody else. Get here, look, this is what happened. I'm just telling you the truth. People can love Sha'Carri, hate Sha'Carri. You can call me a hater for saying, but I'm just telling you the truth of what is happening here. What happened was, in that race, she's now under pressure. She didn't get a great start. She never gets a great start, and that's fine if you can then come through at the end. But she got one of her worst starts. One of the worst starts. Last, just left in the blocks. And now you back in the race. You got to get back in it. But now you under pressure because Julian is gone. Gone.
Yes.
Right? But that never was able to get back in it. But that race was over before it starts. If you look at Sha'Carri, and it was so surprising even to me, you look at her coming out before that race started, and she looked scared. She did not look confident. She did not look like she was like, I'm in champion, mindset. I'm about to go out here and take what's mine. And she just didn't look like that. And
Ocho,
that race was over.
Mike, Ocho and I talked about it. I said it. That's what I said. I said she didn't seem like herself. Now, what role did the warm-up, because it was being reported that the athletes that didn't ride the bus from the Olympic Village had to go into a separate entrance. She had that situation of rise. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price had that issue. So how big of a difference did the warm-up? Did she properly warm up?
From what I understand, what happened was they had been going through, they weren't staying at the Village, right? So there's some athletes that don't stay at the Village. I never stayed at the Village. So you have your own transportation. You're not riding the team bus. You have your own car driver and all of that. I would always have to go to the U.S. team and say, okay, I'm not staying in the Village. I have my own car. I have my own driver. I have my own stuff. I need a pass to get through, right? So they would give it to me, or they would say, okay, well, if we can't give you a pass, you have to meet us and then jump on the bus. But you can come from your place, come to the Village or whatever, we'll meet you and you get on and jump on. They were getting through that gate for the first couple of days, no problem. And then the next day, I guess they clamped down and said, no, this is not supposed to be happening. You can't come through this. I've heard 2 different stories. I've heard that they had to walk an hour, which I've only heard that from one source that wasn't really that reliable. The other source I heard said, and what I've heard more consistently is there was another gate that wasn't that far down that they did have to walk, but it was just on the other side of the warm-up area, and they had to walk down there and get in. So, and I've heard from very reliable sources that they had all of the time they needed to warm up. That's what I've heard. So nothing official has come out yet, but that's what has been reported. So I don't think that was an issue. The Jamaican camp has reported that Shelly Ann Fraser-Price did not drop out of that semifinal because of that. She dropped out because she had been dealing with an injury and it flared back up, and she had been dealing with injuries earlier this season.
What about Sharika? Why did Sharika drop out? Has she been dealing with injuries? Because it seemed like a lot of the Jamaican women, she hadn't run really great this year. So has she been dealing with
Yeah,
injuries
she got
also,
injured
Mike?
actually in a track meet and stopped on the track about 3 weeks before the game. So it was always questionable coming into this whether she was even. It was just a matter of how serious that injury was. And so first she gets here. They were being very, and a lot of the Jamaican fans are sort of upset right now because the coaches and the team were being very, sort of clandestine about, well, how serious is an injury? They want to know. These are our athletes. We support them. They want to know, what's going to happen. What can, don't get us getting our hopes built up if the athlete is injured. They never really said, and then so she pulls out of the 100, out of the 200, the day before the 100. She pulled out of the 100 and said, I'm just going to run 200. I'm just going to run the 200. She never said why. And then, so we all knew why. And then the day before the 200, she pulls out of that as well.
Right. Mike, handicap this 200 meters. You got Noah Lyles, who's the American record holder. You got Kung Fu Kenny, who's run sub 19.6. You have Arian Knighton, who's run a blistering turn. You have Tobago, the Botswanan, who's run unbelievable. Handicap this. Can we sweep the podium? Will we sweep the podium? What do you think is going to happen between Noah and Kenny Benet?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Look, let's talk about silver and bronze because gold is gone. I mean, Noah's a 3-time world champion. I mean, as far as the 100, yeah, he proved himself right. Noah, and that's a good thing about Noah. Noah wasn't out to prove anybody wrong. He don't care about what everybody else thinks. He was going to prove that he's right. And that's what he did in the 100, where there was some doubts. I even had my doubts at some points. But the 200 meters, there is no doubt. Anybody saying that Noah's not going to win the 200 meters is a absolute certified hater. And they just don't want him to win. But they're still not going to get their way. Right. Nobody in their right mind doing true analytical analysis of and handicapping of this race is going to say that Noah's not going to win. He's a 3-time world champion. He hasn't lost him forever. So he's going to win it. I think behind him, there's going to be a battle with, Kenny Bednarik, Arian Knighton. Letso Tobago, who was he bronze last year?
He broke the world record in the 300 meters
exactly.
earlier
and ran
this year,
44 low in the 400 meters. That kid, unbelievable.
He did.
Unbelievable. Silver medalist in the 100 meters last year, silver, and bronze in the 200 last year. So he's an unbelievable kid, but he lost his mom just 4 months ago. Tobago did back in May. So really sad. Young kid though, great talent. He'll be in there. He was disappointed in his 100 meters where he finished, I believe, 5th. But he'll be in there. And then and you got Kenny, Arian. Yeah, those guys are going to be battling for bronze and silver. And the one person that just because Andre DeGrasse from Canada, this cat always finds his way in finals. He didn't for the first time. He didn't make his way in that 100-meter final, but he always finds his way. So just for good measure, put him in there. If somebody falters, he might actually sneak up and get a medal too.
Let's handicap this. I mean, this is what everybody's talking about. The 400-meter hurdles. You got Alison Dos Santos. You got Karsten Warholm. You got Rai Benjamin. And on the women's side, it's a two-woman race. It's Femke Bol and Sydney McLaughlin. Let's take the men first. Rai's been running exceptional. Karsten, he hadn't been at the top like he normally is. Dos Santos, we know he can go sub 47. All these guys. What do you think the winning time is going to be? Are we on world record alert in the men's 400-meter hurdle?
I would never say never. I'm gonna say this track is ridiculous. It's even faster than the Tokyo track. This track is really fast. Yeah,
really?
It's a new type of surf. It's Mondo, yeah. But it's fast. All the athletes have been talking about it, and they did some different stuff. Anyway, so it's possible. It's absolutely possible because those 3 guys are the best ever, and they are all coming right at the right time. Karsten is having a good season, but he's just not raced as much. But he trains in such a unique way that he trains to be able to run the 400-meter hurdles all out, which is just crazy. That's the way they train. Just so strong, and it's all about strength. So he's going to go from the gun and all that, and he only knows one speed and only one way to run, and that's all out. And that's why he's the world record holder.
Catch me if you can.
Rai is a sub 20-second 200-meter runner, a sub 10-second 100-meter runner, and a 44 low 400-meter runner. So he's got speed like nobody else in that race. He's got way more speed than Karsten or Allison. But he hasn't, in the years past, been able to struggle with a few injuries and then hasn't been able to figure out how to use that speed in the hurdles to be able to stay with Karsten. But I think he has now. So it's going to be a battle. That's going to be a very interesting race. I think it could come down to the wire with all three of those guys. Dos Santos, all three of those guys aren't afraid to lose. You know, they all go out there and put it on the line. So yeah, that's going to be a good one. On the women's side, look, man, you know, everybody, you know, the thing about that is, you know, it is a rivalry because the very definition of a rivalry is people competing against each other. They all want the same thing and only one can win. And that is this case. But it's not a back and forth rivalry. Femke's never beaten Sydney. She won the world championship last year, fair and square, and she's an amazing athlete, but she hasn't beaten, Sydney wasn't there. She's never beaten Sydney. This year, Femke's having the season of her life. 400-meter indoor world record. She's run some amazing times. You saw her run that blistering leg on the 4x4, mixed 4x4 on the second day of these Olympics, and that was impressive. But you have to then look at Sydney. Sydney broke the world record again. Just a couple of months ago. She ran coming into the Olympic trials, even after the Olympic trials, she had the second fastest time in the world in the 200 flat. You know, I mean, so you know, I don't see Sydney losing this unless she underperforms some kind of way, which she typically just doesn't do. I think Femke's the nearest challenger. That's why we talk about Sydney versus Femke, because she is the nearest challenger. I think it'll be Sydney, and I think that Femke, the gap may be closer this year than it's been in the past, but I think it's still going to be a gap. And then you're going to have everybody else battling for third. But look, that's why we have the races. You know, Jakob Ingebrigtsen was supposed to win the 1,500 meters. And no, that did not happen. He ended up out of the medals, and you got Cole Hawker is the Olympic champion in the 1,500.
Right. So, hey, when you mentioned Rai, the foot speed that he has, and it seems like he's changed a little bit, that he's not afraid now to drop the hammer, to go out. It's like, okay, catch me, instead of, and because he has that kind of 100-meter speed, because he has that kind of sub 200-meter speeds, and the open forward, like you said, he's faster than all these guys at all three disciplines. If you line them up in 100 meters, 200 meters, and an open four, Rai Benjamin will outrun both guys, Karsten Warholm and Dos Santos. Now, if you watch him now, Mike, he's running that race a little different than what he has in the past.
Because Rai is smart enough to know that you can't just use that speed any kind of way you want when you got 10 hurdles to clear. That could be a detriment to you if you use it the wrong way. And he's been trying to figure out how to use it in the right way. And I think my sense is that he's figured it out. Now, you know who his coach is? Quincy Watts. And Quincy was telling me a couple of months ago that, you know, it's a new Rai. It's like, look, this guy, he's what he's been seeing in practice indicates to him that Rai is going to be running some special times this year.
Mike, we're going to get you out on this. You established a new league, Grand Slam Track. The league is set to revolutionize the track world with, like tennis, golf schedule, 4 major championship slams each year. Slams would take place in 4 global cities, 2 domestic in the U.S., 2 international, starting in spring of 2025. 48 of the fastest racers in the world would be signed to compete in all 4 slams, and the other half will be filled by challengers looking to prove they deserve to be a racer. What was the concept behind this, and what made you decide to come up with your own track?
Yeah, you know, like what we're talking about, and the excitement that both you guys, we both talked about track before. We both talk about track all the time. I talked to both you guys over the years about track, and y'all are excited about it. But you want to see, right? You want to see track. You see it during the Olympics, you get excited. And then the Olympics are over, and it's like, I want to see some more track. You can't find it. It's out there, but it's fractured. It's not organized at scale. The athletes aren't organized at scale. The meets don't pay the athletes enough, so they don't really want to compete in those meets because it's not worth their while, right? They don't want to travel all the way to the other side of the world and hey, if I win, you're going to pay me $10,000. These athletes, the best athletes in the world, do make good money. They just don't make the type of money they should be making because the sport doesn't have enough visibility in those times in between the Olympic Games. So that's what Grand Slam track is about. So if you think about tennis, every 4 years, you got your 4 Grand Slams: Wimbledon, US Open, Australian Open, French Open. You got your 4 golf majors every year. And those are the ones that the best athletes want to be at, and they want to compete there. It's big prize money. It's best of the best. Fans get into that. They know those athletes are going to be there. That's what we're doing with track. So the best of the best athletes, the best racers. We're not doing field events. We want to focus on just the racing. We want to focus on just the fastest people, and where we can storytell around that, get people to understand who these athletes are, like UFC, like WWE, like Formula One, like golf, like tennis. These athletes are the best. So when we organize them, and next April when we start, you will be able to see the same sort of stories, the same sort of, all of this stuff we're talking about, handicapping this race. Hey, what's going to happen in that race? That doesn't happen in track and field outside of the Olympics, but starting next year when we launch Grand Slam track, it will.
Ooh, that's live.
Man, I'm excited for you. I can't wait. Hopefully we can be a part of it. Anything that we can do as far as, talking about it on Nightcap, we'd love to.
We got to get you guys to the meet, and then we will have a celebrity race too. So I need to see.
Yeah.
I know Ocho.
Mike,
Ocho be challenging
hips.
me to races, man. And like,
hey, Mike, whenever you ready, baby, 1 foot in front of the other, I'm gonna win.
I got 2 artificial hips, so both of y'all gonna run past me, so I'm good. Mike, handicap this, the 400 meters. We got Karani James. He ran the fastest time. He ran 43.78, his fastest time since 2016. Matthew Hudson Smith, who has the world's fastest time this year. You mentioned Quincy Hall. You mentioned Michael Norman, who underperformed in Tokyo, and he's put together some races. He's run 43.4, but for whatever reason on the global stage, he has been unable to put it together. So if you had to handicap this men's 400 meters, who you like?
It's tough, man, because if everybody ran their best, Michael Norman wins that race. He's faster than everybody else. Sub 10, sub 20 second 100, sub 200. But like you said, you look at his history, he underperforms more often than he reaches his potential. So, and he didn't look good in that semifinal. He left it late.
He did. He looked better in the qualifying. He looked better in the opening round.
So he just goes like blank sometimes. Quincy is also his coach, and I've talked to Quincy about it, and Quincy tries to work with him, and it's just Michael's got to be able to focus in the race. But so it'd be hard for me to say that he's going to win it. He shouldn't medal. He should win it, but I'd say medal. I'd say right now I would go Matthew Hudson Smith or Quincy Hall. Quincy Hall is a dog, and the kid just, man, and he's new to it. Technique's a little bit unorthodox, but I had unorthodox technique. It's like, and he can clean it up a little bit at the end. But right now it's working. Just keep doing what you're doing. I wouldn't try to change his technique in the middle. So if I was going to go out on a limb, I'd say those two are going to be battling. But Karani looks good, and he got so much experience. He already has in the Olympics 400-meter finals. He's got a gold, a silver, and a bronze.
Gold.
So he's going to get another. I think he's going to get another one of them in this Olympics. So I think he's on the podium. But I think it's going to be a really good race, and that's what gets me excited. When it's not like you don't want to have these races where there's one clear person like way ahead, and that they're going to win and nobody's going to touch them. Like, I mean, Noah's race 200. The 200 is going to be interesting enough because there's Noah and he makes it interesting. But we already know who's going to win that race. That's not as fun as this race where it's like, if you race this race 4 or 5 times, you might get 4 or 5 different outcomes.
Right.
One last question, Mike. Could you see a scenario where Sydney wins the Olympic 400-meter hurdles, and Bobby says, okay, that's enough of that. We're going to focus on taking down that 35, 40-year-old record of Madarina Cope, 47.60. Could you see a situation where they focus and she goes from the 400-meter hurdles to the open 400?
I'm telling you that is the situation. that is the situation. Sydney, the only reason Sydney's running the 400-meter hurdles this year at the Olympics is because she wants to put that world record so far out there. She knows that if she leaves that world record too soft, it's not soft, it's unbelievable, but she knows that Femke could possibly come and break it. And then she'd have to come back into the event to try to get back. So her position is, I'm going to try to put it out there so far that then I can leave it and it's safe with me. Femke's not going to be able to go get it. Now I'll go over here and focus on this open 400. Because remember, last year she didn't run the World Championships. Last year she decided, I'm going to focus on the 400. That's what she did at the beginning of the season, but then decided to just shut it down for the season. So, yeah, so I'm telling you, yeah, I do see that scenario. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, she's the first person we signed to sign the Grand Slam track. We already signed her. She was the first person we signed.
And Josh Kerr. Could you see her going sub 50 in the hurdles?
I think that's her goal. I think that's what she wants to do. This track is fast. You know, now it's just a matter of whether or not she can go out there and put it together. But I think that in her mind, yeah, she thinks that that's where she can take this event.
Well, if she put that thing sub 40, she goes sub 50 in the 400 hurdles for the women, ain't nobody touching that anytime soon.
I agree.
Mike, appreciate that, bro. Hey, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day, man. Like I said, Mike and I, we go back a long, long way. I used to see him all the time. He and my boy Ray Crockett are best friends, and so he used to be at all the game and talking. And so it's great to catch up with you, Mike. We really appreciate Nightcap. The fans are going to love this interview, man. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of the Olympics, and we'll see you in April at one of these meets.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate you, Shannon. Appreciate you, Ocho.
Guys,
all right, man.
Guys, we really hope you enjoyed that interview. That was Michael Johnson. Yes, that interview was pre-recorded. You have to realize there's a 9-hour time difference between myself and Mike. There's a 6-hour time difference between Ocho and Mike. So we had to pre-record that early in the morning. He was obligated. He's a BBC for him to take time out of his schedule to give us some insight and handicap some of these races and offer some insight, because you're talking about one of the greatest sprinters of all time. He is the greatest 400-meter sprinter in the history, and it's not even close. He held the world record at 3 different disciplines, the 200 meters, 300 meters, the 400. He still has the American record at 300 meters and 400 meters. And so for him to take time to give it with us, we greatly appreciate your time and patience. And we had a great time talking with Mike. Like I said, I've known Mike 30 years. And we're glad. We got some other Olympians that's going to be joining the show tomorrow and I think Friday. So we got a couple of more Olympian people that actually competed.
You're not going to tell them? You're not going to tell them?
No, I'm not going to tell them.
No,
they're going to have to. They got to wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Ocho, we're going to get right into it tonight. Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed in that interview. And again, Ocho and I, we're going to have, I think tomorrow and Friday, we will have people that actually participated in the Olympics. So give you their experience, what it was like, the electricity and the atmosphere of them winning. So thank you guys. So without any further ado, Ocho, we're going to get right into our last segment of the night, and it's called Q&A.
Q&A.
Ocho, Stan asked the question, would you put Noah on the 4x4 for the 4 gold medals? No, because he can't outrun anybody that's in the medal pool. He didn't run any 400s, as you heard Michael say.
Right.
Gabby has run 400s. Sydney has run 400s, so they put their name into the pool. Rai has run 400s. He hasn't. So who on that relay team? Is he going to outrun Rai? Is he going to outrun Chris Bailey? Is he going to outrun Quincy Hall? Is he going to run Vernon Norwood? Is he going to outrun Deadman? No, we're not. No, it's not. You don't get gifts here. If he wanted to be considered taken serious for the 400-meter relay, he should have run some 400s, Ocho, to get those up under his belt so he could have been entered into the pool.
Right.
That's how it works. That's how Allison Felix did it. That's how Abby Steiner did it. So, that's how it works. But no, I don't think he should, and I don't think he will. D Love said, in track and field, are those staggered starting position in the 200, 400, and 800 meter really the same distance for each runner? You do realize, yes, but the thing is with the 800 meters, while you start out, And the 400 and the 200, you have to stay in your lane all the way around.
Yeah.
In the 800 meter, you start those staggered, and then you get at a certain point, you get to cross over, and then everybody's in the first two lanes, basically. So, yes, but they are, if you have to stay in those all the way around, they absolutely are the same distance.
Yeah.
Because you don't have, I mean, the bend. It's hard to win from lane one, though, to win the 200. Because if you remember, the Americans, the women, what was that? Was that Rio? Might have been Rio. Was it Rio? It might have been Rio, Ocho. We won the 4x1, the women, from lane one. Because remember, they ended up, the ladies knocked the baton out of Allison Felix and the exchange partner. They picked it up, finished, protested. They had to run by themselves. They qualified. They got lane one and ended up running and winning the gold medal from lane one. That was Rio 2016.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they got out, boy.
Yeah, yeah. Kemper Norwood Jr. said, "Oh, do you think I could beat Ocho in a 100-meter dash?" Yeah.
Stop playing, man. Stop.
Ocho.
Listen, some of the listen.
End up pulling a muscle.
Let me tell you something. Pulling Unc. I still train like I'm playing. I ain't pulling nothing. Some of half
you
of the
just
people
told the people yesterday, Ocho, ain't nothing get you ready to play football but playing football.
Right. So I've been
but what
running.
you training for?
Huh? Soccer. For next season. Matter of fact, half of the people competing in Paris can't even beat me running right now. Honestly.
Who?
If you go who, you can hear.
You must be talking about the people that checking on making sure their hands are behind the line. Those are the only people. Those are the only people that can't outrun you.
Hey, we'll see. Watch what happened when Quincy come down here.
Let's Talk Sports 3000 said, is it hard talking about the same subjects in different environments, and have you ever slipped up?
What do you mean slipped up?
I guess say ninja.
No.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I changed completely from how I am on here, the inside NFL. I'd be a completely different person. Talk different. The accent is gone.
Yeah, I think, yeah, for sure. Like, you know, I got ESPN Shannon, I got Nightcap Shannon. Nightcap Shannon is totally different than anything that's on television, for sure. That's 1,000%. And he's totally different from Club Shay Shay. Shannon is an entity like this Nightcap Shannon is only for Nightcap.
Yeah,
that's it. Hey, he gets hung up in the closet until it's time for him to come out again tomorrow. That's it. So, yeah, but it's you look, if you're on TV long enough, you're gonna have a mishap. Yeah. You're gonna say ish, or you're gonna say ass, or you're gonna say something. I said F. I've said F on Undisputed before. Yeah. So this is a combination of like kind of like Nightcap, but this is more like in the locker room, in Savannah State, in Denver, in Baltimore, in the barbershop when I'm with my boys. If you were like with Privy, I mean, all the guys like Rod Smith and all the guys that I played with in Denver, like he's like this every day. I mean, everything what you hear him say, we've said that. Now I just get paid. I just get paid to, you know, I had a job on Undisputed. They paid me for all the quick wit and First Take now pays me for. But yeah, this is I'm a totally different. This person that you see that's talking to you right now, he don't come out only on Nightcap.
Yeah.
You're a vampire, Ocho. You only come out at night.
That's it.
Jerry Lincoln said, Shannon, just to let you know, Shea by Laportier is top tier. Best cognac out there. Had a bottle last week. Amazing. Just letting you know. Derek, I appreciate the support, bro. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Ron DeVos, it really brings back some PTSD here. And Ocho mentioned CL final between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos and his dirty plays are the only reason Madrid won it all. Ocho, what you say about that?
I mean, he's probably right. He's probably right. Listen, Real Madrid has some type of voodoo that they always have and find towards the end of games. almost similar to give you better context, like throwing a Hail Mary with 2 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
And they scoring at the last minute when it matters most. Every time.
Jerome Kamani, love the show today. It's my birthday. Me and my girlfriend are watching. We'll also be seeing you in Atlanta. Hopefully, you guys still going to Magic City.
I don't know where you going. I'm gonna be there. I'm
Yeah,
trying to see what these wings. I'm trying to see what these wings hitting on.
Yeah, I'm trying to say I'm gonna keep on tipping and sipping and see what we can do.
Okay, let me know.
20 for the top and 20 for the bottom is all to get those, things to fall. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
One
sir.
time for the
Yeah, I'm gonna get me some.
Put your hands down. You ain't going nowhere. Ask somebody, yeah.
Hey, you know, listen, didn't even wait for me to invite her. Oh yeah. Oh, y'all going on tour? Okay, I'm coming too. What? I ain't even invite you yet. Talk about, oh yeah, I'm going. I know you trying to go to Magic City. I'll be there. Wait a minute. Like, how you know Unc ain't want to show me around? You trying to be my chaperone?
No. A rail bait. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. We don't need no bait in there. We don't need no bait. Hey, Unc, we've been fishing for 30 years. We don't need no bait.
No. See, rail the baby, rail the cute little, when you walk, you got a little cute little pulley dog. They're like, oh, right. He's so cute. Can I pet it?
But they gon' nah.
See, when they see rail, they say, Rail, who is that? That's my uncle.
Man, I'm the matchmaker, man. I got you. You good.
No. Everybody need a ring woman. You got a ring man. Yeah. I got a wing woman. Rail.
Nah. Because Rail gonna have you. She gonna have you with the wrong people, man. Her decision making ain't nah.
Hey, Rail, let's play shot uncle and niece. This is my uncle. That's
a good one. That's a good one.
Ocho, that's my uncle. He's shy though, He ain't really been out. He ain't been on a date in a long time, but he really shy. He harmless though.
That's a good one.
Nikki Grant said, today is my birthday, and as a gift, can Chafford tell the truth for one whole day? And Shannon, no notes, change nothing. Love y'all. No.
No what?
She wants for her birthday, her gift is that you tell the truth the whole day.
Well, hell, I don't lie. Anything I talk about on Nightcap is about personal experience through my lifetime. You have to understand, I've been doing this 56 years. I've done everything that we've talked about. That's what people fail to realize. I've done and experienced everything. I've traveled the world. I've been through all type of different things that people don't even know. I've done trades and done all type of stuff. So it's good for me to have this platform to kind of share with y'all, because you only see me as a former football player, not realizing I've lived 2-3 lives already. So nothing I might exaggerate a little bit. I might exaggerate a little bit, but everything I talk about, I've done.
Yeah, that's what we do. So Nikki, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And hopefully you enjoyed the day. Did something special, had a lot to eat, got some good food, hung out with some family, friends, and loved ones. And so thank you for Nikki for always, you've been great. Nikki was probably one of our first 5. She had to be like, I don't know if she was first, but she had to be top 5 for sure. And you want us to go ahead and, Nikki, you want them to know? Nikki is now an official member at Shay Shay Media. We just hired Nikki.
Hey, congratulations.
So Nikki is officially on the payroll. Damn. How much I got to pay now? how much y'all? How much do y'all owe these? How much y'all owe? How much is my bill? It went up some more. Damn. I'm probably out by 350,000 now, huh? 325? Damn. All right, y'all better hurry up. I ain't paying no more than 500. I got 500. Y'all better try to break a world record after 500. You out of gas.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, man. We've had a couple of people. Adrian, he runs Shannon Sharpe burner account.
Mm-hmm.
He works for us.
That burner account funny, boy. They be having some good. They be having some good shit on there, boy.
He works for us, and now Nikki. So Nikki's been great. Like I said, she's been great. Adrian has been great. He was my burner account, and so you never know, guys. You never know. I like helping people. I like people that want to see Shay Media grow. I like people that have a vested interest and that's going to work hard. And we understand we do one thing here. We work.
Yeah.
There ain't no way around it. We work here. And so congratulations, Nikki. Well deserved, well earned. I appreciate all your support that you've given us. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the Michael Johnson interview. Mm-hmm. Mike was great. Like I said, I've known him for so many years. Yeah. And what better way? You talk about one of the most distinguished sprinters in history.
Oh yeah,
the greatest 400-meter runner in the history, and it's not even close. So thank you, Mike. I really appreciate that. We got a special guest for you tomorrow. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I am your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. He's your favorite number 85, the route runner extraordinaire, the Bingle Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro, Liberty City's own. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please make sure y'all hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and go tell family, friends, and loved ones, man, y'all really should subscribe to Nightcap.
Oh, yeah.
Unc and Ocho, man, they be on one all the time. Guys, please make sure you go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. We value all subscribers. Every subscriber counts. So thank you for helping us get to the top of the charts. Hopefully we'll continue to stay there by bringing you great content. Please make sure you check out my Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock, so we'll be able to get that to you promptly. Please make sure you go follow my media company page on all platforms, Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84. That's 84 spelled out. Thank you guys for selling out our Olympic merch. Please link. The rest of our merch is pinned at the top of the chat. If you order Olympic merch, it will be shipped in under 2 weeks. Remember, under 2 weeks. Again, thank you, Mike, for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation. I'm Unc. He's Ocho. We're back tomorrow. We're out.